Wouldn't you like to be so good with horses that even your horse thought you were brilliant? Isn't it peculiar how clever horses can be when they haven't got a halter and a lead rope on? So when a horse is at liberty, he has got a lot of ways to trick a human, doesn't he? So this is where I'd like you to think about developing horses at liberty, the things that you can do, okay? So I'll just do a little quick demonstration. The first thing that's important is that a horse comes to you. It doesn't really matter what you do to get a horse to come to you, but I try to use the get to and the got to system, see? I play the get to system with the grain. I play the got to system with their hindquarters. See, I go around here and I spank him on the butt. If he turns his butt to me, see, he says, uh-uh. But then I create energy here in front of the forehand to say, head on out. I'm going to play a little game here. I'm going to stand in the center of my corral, and I'm going to build myself around corral. Okay? Now I want Sparky to canter around that corral as long as, with me standing here, I'd like to lean on my stick. Now, if he doesn't do what I want, then I'm going to come out of my round corral. So it's like to him, now let's see, this round corral that I'm standing in looks like a very important number. What number is it? 0. Now, in a dressage arena, the most important place in the arena is what? What's it called? X. It's called X. And it's interesting that two of the most important kind of things we have are X's and O's, like that game, tic-tac-toe, or what do they call it in Australia? Oughts and crosses? Knots and crosses. Okay. So this is the knot. See, so it's like, to me, in a rectangle arena, I put together an X is the most important thing. But in round corrals and when you're lunging and stuff like that, 0 is the most important. So I kind of put myself this round corral here. I like to think that I'm exercising these horses' mind, and I'm letting his body follow, see? So this is pretty good. And a lot of people, like I said, they'll go around here and hit the ground. Now this only takes about 2 days, and you can teach any horse in the world to do this good. Now, this is something you develop here. Now I'm going to see if I can get Sparky to know that I'm going to come, that I want him to come to me. So I'm going to catch his attention, look at him, go backwards. I had to step out of my arena. I didn't have to step far. So the least distance I have to step out of my round corral, the better. All right, so this is the game I'm going to play. So I'm going to show you this so that when you go out and start playing with your horses, now you've got a couple of choices. You can do it on a line, or you can do it in a round yard, okay? And like I said, this one here is just ideal for this. It's 50 foot. Any much bigger than this, and you start having to chase the horse. Any smaller than this, the horse has trouble getting around it. Now he can get around a 40-footer. See how he's making that smaller circle there? He can get around a 40-footer. Now I like a horse that comes off the wall. What does that tell you?
He wants to come to you?
He wants to come over here, see? He's looking for this friendly finger here to be able to come over and stand over here, see? What he would really like is he would like to stand in the center and lunge pat, see? This is what he would really like. See how he stays in the center? That's what he really would like. So, we'll give him another little. What do you think? Let's give Sparky a hand. That's not too bad, huh? All right. So the game of don't change gaits, don't change directions is a real fun game, all right? Let's see. But it all starts with taught to be caught, by causing your horse to yield the hindquarters. The easiest way to teach that, you put a halter and a lead rope on him, do the same game we've been playing, use game number 3, which is the no hand yield, and you chase his hindquarters. Just that simple. Then by doing game number 3 on the forehands and no hand yield here, see, and we can move the hindquarters, we can move the forequarters, pretty soon we've developed the language, see? Now I try to get people to understand how important it is to cause your horse to go to the right first, because most horses are going to go, and people are going to go to the left first. Try to get out of that habit, break that mold. do 10 laps to the right and 2 to the left or something, but try to break that mold of always going to the left. That's everybody's easy way. If I owned a roller skating rink, first thing I'd do is I'd teach everybody to go to the right, and then halfway through the night I'd say let them go to the left. But no, all the normal places, everybody goes left, the easy way, and then if they try to go to the right, you feel like the biggest dummy in the world. Let's see if we can get him here. Dude, that'll do. Load up, dude. Load up on your box. Dude, load up. Sit on Molly if you like. If I get his attention, like there, he played with me. He was slacking. See? Dude, load up on your box. Dude, load up on your box. Dude, load up. See, he was slacking. So let's see how much better. Now watch. You notice I have two choices. I could spin this way or I could spin this way, right? To catch his eye. But if he's going to go faster, or if I want him to turn to me, I usually would spin, wait till he's past me, spin to him, catch his eye, and send him off. Okay? Now see, if I wait till he gets over there, then I can spin to him, correct? See, he's being lazy there. He's being lazy, he's saying, ah. So now, there we go. Now let's say I wanted him to slow down to the trot, okay? And if I wanted that, then I might spin to the right. That's silly mare, she's having a big time. Okay? Now I'm going to turn to my right and look this way and say, walk. Does that make sense? Now if I want him to go down again, I would use the same transitional message. Whoa. See how just by turning toward him, it already slowed his energy down, right? Come here, buddy. Anytime a horse wants to come to me, I encourage that. Okay? Encourage it. There we go. Muévela, perro. Por favor. Okay? So now, send him off, out and around. See, the front of him, what's got to go. A lot of people don't understand this. Now, hey, I got an idea. Let's see if we can understand something here. Okay? If I step up here, that 1 o'clock, see, I'm just like in the lunging. Okay, come here, buddy. I want to see if I can get you to understand something. I'm gonna stand at my 0 here and step out here to 8 and say, go that way. See how that, see why that works when we do the lunge line logic? Okay? It's because it's the same thing when at Liberty. And this is why I didn't want to get into playing with horses at Liberty until we had some of those skills down. So one of the biggest things is learning how to develop your skills on the ground before you get in here and do it in Liberty. Because this right here, see, there's a lot of things that go on, see. That horse is moving all the time. It's the same line, but it can confuse a human being so quickly when that horse doesn't do what you want. So let's see if I can go here. If I turn this way, what am I going to ask you to do if I turn that way?
Slow down.
Slow down. Walk. Walk. Whoa. Back. Back. You shouldn't change gaits. Back. That'll do. Here, bud. Come here. Let's give him a hand. Isn't that nice? Come here, son. Come here. To me, what I do when I play with horses at Liberty is I teach taught to be caught first, okay, so that I can always cause those hindquarters to drift away from me and to yield to me. Then I play a game called don't change gaits, don't change directions. And then there when I step away from him, and it was pretty easy for him to come to me because I played taught to be caught all that time for him to come face me. All right? Then the next thing I like to do is I like to play this game. I make sure that in between everything, I flog my horse with kindness. You know what flog means? Like to get whipped, to flog somebody, okay? So you flog your horse with kindness. Make sure that he understands that that's not going to hurt him. Most people only use their stick in a negative sort of way. What I like to do is I like to have this, everything here can be a positive thing, okay? There's no reason in the world why that stick has to be all negative. That's why I call it the carrot stick. Next game I like to play is I like to play a game of staying with me here to teach this horse to come around and stay with me. To stay in tune with me and walk along. Stop. Stop and back up with me. Come forward with me. Stop. Back up. There. Missing it a little bit. Come forward with me. Stop. Back up. Now, for those of you that were wondering why I'm so particular for you on some of those skills on the ground, is because if you want to be able to go on and do this kind of stuff, this is where I'm trying to head you. Now, if you just want to lunge your horses around in a circle and that's all you're thinking, if you've got a great big old mind about that big, well then just keep doing it the way you've been doing it. Run around, chase his butt, do all the silly other things that your neighbors are doing. But if you want to start getting your horse to where the language, you can not only develop a simple language, but then get it more sophisticated, then you're going to need to learn a few things about positioning. But most people really don't have the last key that it takes with horses. What is that last key, the sixth one? Imagination. Most people haven't really got a strong enough imagination to know where they could go with their horses. What kind of things could you be doing? Most people are just thinking all you do with a horse is saddle him up, get on, kick him to go, and pull him to stop. So if you use these 7 games and get good at them, pretty soon you can use all this stuff to your imagination and use your imagination, and pretty soon you can do just about anything you want. Isn't that nice? Let's give him a hand. So that's kind of you see 3 different games there. The taught to be caught game, which we didn't really get to, he's so good at it that all I got to do is think about his hindquarters and he turns it away from me and faces me. The second game is don't change gaits and don't change the directions unless I ask you to. And if I ask you to, I'm going to turn towards your eye for one, for one thing and away from your eye for another. Also, to be able to come through the center and to change directions at that gait is very important. Let's see if I can do something here. Okay, Sparky, head on out. Now he's cantering, right? So if I say don't change gaits and don't change directions, unless I ask you to, if I change directions, what gait should he, if I ask him to change direction, which gait should he be in when he comes out of it? A canter, okay? So if I look toward him, now watch how I'm going to step away. Run backwards. And run back into 0. Okay? That's the whole secret. Now I exaggerated there so you could see what I'm doing. I catch his eye, I run back, and run back. Okay? That's the secret, but I don't want to have to do it that hard. I want to just go. There, he turned away from me, which isn't what I want. So I want to be able to just go back a little bit and get him to do more, all right? There, he wasn't paying attention or respecting until he was there too far. All right. Got him. There, see. Now he's doing more. Now, let's see if we can get him to relax here, and I'll trot him. I'll see if I can get him steady in his mind. Now, this is the hardest thing. I'm going to trot him, see if I can get him to make the turn and stay in the trot the whole time. Now, that's going to take a steady mind, isn't it? All right. Going to go into 0 for a little bit, let him relax. Got him jazzed up now. Walk, walk. Kind of checked in with me, didn't he? Let's give him a hand. That's pretty nice. And this is just all built off of a couple simple games. The third game is the game there where I want him to yield by my side, okay? That's kind of like a dog obedience class, all right? You get him to just follow my suggestions there, all right? So we got 3 games. Taught to be caught, don't change gaits, don't change directions, and the yield by my side game, all right? I like that yield by my side because it reminds me of the first poem I ever learned. Don't walk in front of me because I may not follow. Don't walk behind me because I may not lead. Walk beside me and be my friend. See, right now, look at it. In a sense, this horse and I are side by side, aren't we? You see? No matter, all I have to do is go like that and I can point at his withers. But if I take one step here, see, I'm in front of him. If I take one step there, I'm behind him. All right? Because of this pivotal thing here. Now, here's something you'll want to learn. Is how to shut a horse down. You want to be able to step out here and shut a horse down. See, I'm going to step here until he goes away from, makes a downward transition and goes away from the pressure. Okay. Now, let's go the other way. Move the front end out, then the hindquarters. So let's see if I can do a downward transition. Stick that in front of his eyes until he does that. That's how I teach that, okay? That's important that your horse knows he should go if you spank him way behind. He should slow down if you're creating energy there in front. That's just pure body language, isn't it? All right, now, what if we did this? What if, that boy, get up. Hey, I got cat training here going today, too. Anybody know what kind of cat that is? What's the name of that breed?
Manx?
It's a Manx cat. So when I tell the story about the cats, the little house predators that have the hole under the tail gets tight, and I say we can see them easily. You can see why. Okay, let me give you an idea of something called voice cues. All right, cue is a short word for communication. It's short for communication. I don't try to interject voice cues until about level 3. Okay. So let me see if I can give you a simple understanding. What I do is I've got 0 or neutral, which means do what you're doing. Now what's he doing? What's he doing? Walking where? Around me, which direction? To the right. See, he's thinking I'm walking around Pat to the right. Okay, he's not just walking somewhere, he's walking around Pat to the right. Now, if I want him to stop, I might look at him, get the attention thing, go whoa, and then whoa, see? That, if he didn't follow that, and then back for that, okay? Whoa for everything. Whoa. Whoa. Like the old driving men. Get up. Now see what number am I in? I'm at 0, so that tells him he should maintain his gait. Now he didn't, did he? Now, if I wanted him to trot from a walk going upwards, I would look at him and go, 1. Now what would I do if he didn't do that? Now, he didn't trot, he cantered, so I'd say, no, I didn't say that, I said 1 cluck. All right? What would I do if I clucked at him and he didn't go?
You put your stick behind you.
I would say, hey, and what's even firmer than that?
Slap it.
Hitting the ground harder, then stepping out of the circle, and then eventually stepping out far enough where we could even let him run into the green string. Okay, now, how about 2 clucks for low? Pretty easy for him to guess because I turned toward him, right? That it was going to be an upward, okay, departure. And if I looked at him this way, walk, walk. Now, people go, well, why did you say walk twice? I say because I clucked twice. Remember, I clucked once for walk and clucked twice for, I didn't say trot, canter. I had a guy one time, the first seminar I ever did, he says, well, when I want to canter, I say canter. I'll bet you do. Whoa. Get up. Get up. This is the way the old teamsters used to teach their horses. Just very simple things. You know, what they would do is this is then what happens before what happens. It's a simple thing. But now I'm going to warn you about voice cues. If you try to go for voice cues too soon, you're going to depend on the dang things, and they are not worth diddly for control. It's just when your horse is kind of getting right and stuff, it's a fun little thing. You can see it's like 4 phases now. You go, we got 4 phases, but the first thing I'm going to do is even gentler, okay? See, I said canter. So 2 clucks means lope, Sparky. See, that's all I said. And he goes, oh, God, I'm sorry. See what I did to that dirt clod? That's what's going to happen. I'll hit another dirt clod if you don't. Okay, now, what if I did this? Whoa, whoa. Okay. All right, see what I did? I shook that stick in front of his eyeballs for not stopping. Back up.
Now, what if you get a horse that, when you do that, you confuse them so much that they turn and they run the other way?
Then selling and get another one.
Practice no.
Okay, just keep being polite and passively persistent.
Until they stop chasing.
Yeah. You guys tell her what else she should do.
-7 games
Where?
On the
on the
ground.
ground.
On the line first. That means you haven't got that down good enough. Okay, I can take a horse that's never played this and play these games like I did with that yearling the other day, but that's because I've got 1,000 years of experience packed in my pockets. Okay? You guys have got to learn to, if you want the road map, the easy way. I went the road of hard knocks. You guys take the road of soft knocks. Okay? Whoa. Whoa. Didn't please me on that whoa, so I shut him down. Didn't please me on that canter depart, so I spanked him up. Whoa. There we go. Come here, Sparky. Come here, bud. Come here. Hey, come here. There. Who'd like to have a horse like Sparky? Huh? Okay, I'll give you the idea. All you got to do is have the desire, and the roadmap is the levels program. That's why we put together the levels program. This is what I just showed you is what you should, on your Liberty test for level 3, is what you should be able to do. Level 3, okay? You guys think you can do it?
Yeah.
By tomorrow?
No.
No, because time is something that's an ingredient here. Attitude, knowledge, tools, techniques, time, and imagination, okay? Those are your deals. And if you follow that, things will happen for you. You guys want to see what else we can do? Okay, let's see what else. Come on, Spark. We'll turn him out. And let's bring those two mares in, okay? I'll play with those two mares for a little bit. Just lead the one. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, bring her over. Either way, you're right. You're right, Alfonso. Okay, at ease, bud. He can just go on and do what he likes. Okay. Go ahead first.
Or you might have to try to do something on
Some dancer over there, huh?
Oh yeah, you're doing it professional. He's got a horse.
All right, let's see if I can, this might give you a tip. One of the first things I try to do when I enter their space, this is their playpen, see? I try to come in here pretty cash and just say, hey, I'm all right, you guys are all right. Oh, boy, don't you guys feel like rolling? You know? Instead of coming in and say, okay, I'm in command. Just come in and have a little thing. These two horses haven't seen each other for a while, so they're probably going to want to do a little this or that. Now, what I would like to do is once I come in, I'd like to say, all right, you know, kind of an attention thing. Will you test it here? Will you move your hindquarters out of my way and salute me? Okay, to me, this is a very important thing. There we go. Will you move your hindquarters out and salute me? That's the taught to be caught game, isn't it? Because if your horses don't do that, they're going to use that against you all their lives. To me, this is an important thing. I want to shake hands. Hey, 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 good morning. How you doing? How you doing? Now, these horses here aren't as far along as what Sparky is. So, make sure we can flog them with kindness before we start. So they think, ah. All right. All right, now. Let's see what we can do here. Okay. Let's start you off to the right. You too. I try to go to 0 right at first. Since it's kind of play and recess, I don't really care too much how fast they go. If they want to canter, if they want to trot, that's okay. Anything's okay. I'm just going to see, really, I'm asking them, how, you know, what side of the crowd did you wake up on this morning? Okay? Now, see what they've done there? They've created a distance. This is why I like playing with horses. They learn to stay away. You ever ride with horses and you feel like, oh, I got to keep him back with the bridle. Oh, he's too close, he's going to get kicked. Well, to me, this is a good way to teach horses to find their distance when they're, you know. See, that's not a bad distance right there. How you guys doing? Okay, let's test and see how they'll come to the friendly finger. Okay, now, one did good, one did not good. I say, hey, you remember the friendly finger business. Now, just for fun, since they cantered, I'm saying, you know, I think I'm just going to keep you guys cantering. You changed gait since it was your idea. It's my idea. Now that it's my idea, let's just keep playing that game. See, it takes them 3 weeks to starve to death without food, right? About 3 days without water, 3 minutes without air. See, so what I'm doing by cantering them here, I'm saying, hey, I'm taking your air away from you. Air then becomes a valuable commodity. Now, am I breathing hard? No. Are they starting to breathe hard? Yes, and in a little while, air is going to be a valuable commodity. They will say, I won't even stand there and look at you. Let me have it back. Especially old fat pasture horses like this. These rascals here, they're just... So what this does is it gives them the, I've got to go. Okay, I'm a prey animal, I got to run. And I say, that's okay, but I'm going to turn that instinct into something constructive here. All right? Now, let's see the old friendly finger, see what happens. See, she was a little more, I don't like, see how she's cross-firing behind? Right, now she's on the right, there we go. Right leading the back, left leading behind. I don't really like to reward them when they're doing something all discombobulated, because then, okay, let's see what happens here. How we play the taught to be caught. Oh, butts, butts, butts. I see butts, more butts. You ever read that book? What was the name of that book? Something about something in the seats by Seymour Butts. I don't like to see butts. I like to see that front end come. There's one. Now I see a butt. I see a butt. So I got to look over the top of this one here and get this other one here. I didn't want to make this one feel in trouble. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pin down this one here. I'm going to say, you had better learn to not act like a prey animal, or I'm going to act like this. I'm going to cause you to be uncomfortable. See, she turns her butt to me, and instead of throwing that halter out there, I threw that green string. Of course, then she acts like a prey animal and runs behind the other horse.
Yeah.
See this one here? She's telling this one, get your butt out of his face. Don't you remember the game? What this does really is it helps horses learn how, under adversity, to not act like a prey animal, see? Not to do those kind of things. See, I want her to feel like it's her fault. All right, now we'll offer them a good deal again. So here's the friendly finger. Here's the friendly finger. Here's the friendly finger. There's the unfriendly hand. Here's the there. Now she's got it. Pavel's got it. Ah, there we go. Give him a hand. She says, "Is this what you wanted?"
Yeah.
Sure. You guys wanted to flog you with kindness. See, what I'm trying to do is make them feel really silly for acting like prey animals. Why did you think you had to run out there and go do that? And she goes, because you had a whip in your hand. I said, no, I didn't. This is a carrot stick. This is my communication rod. Every type of livestock handler has some kind of a stick. You know, in the Bible, you see the shepherds with the staff. Swine people have canes. Stockmen have a stock whip. These become extensions of your arm, and it really can help you if you use it for positive first, negative second. It's only positive and negative reinforcer. There we go. Now, doesn't that look a lot nicer? See? So you've got to think harmony with horses. I want harmony. They just wanted to act like prey animals. They felt like they had to. All right? There. So what we've got to do is get this taught to be caught thing strong before we go to the next game. So we'll go test it again here, okay? We'll ask her on out. We'll see if Pavel can stand still if she wants. So we'll test her don't change gait, don't change direction game here. Now, let's see. Test it. There. Isn't that nice? Let's give her a hand, huh? Okay. Good girl. Yeah. Huh? Want a little nibble of a bibble? She's, I know what's there. Okay. Now how about you, Pop? Huh? Pablo says, flog me, come on, Pat, flog me. See, when I do this, look on my face. They know they're not in trouble, don't they? That's what I'm really telling them. You're not in trouble. I'm liking your behavior because I'm being active in zero. See, I'm in a zero position. Okay. Now let's see if we can ask Pablo. Pablo said, please, can't I just come stand there? No, but I got to be careful here because if I have one too hard, the other one too soft, this is difficult to get one horse working, the other horse standing. There we go. Let's give him a hand. That's pretty nice now. See why I call it play? See, you play with your horses at liberty. You develop. There's just 1,000 things to do. Just think about this. Hey, I know, I could sell these corrals. I could get you guys to go put them up, and I'll make all the money. Now, does this look difficult? No, it is and it isn't. It's a simple thing to do. It's kind of a different concept if you're not used to it. Now let's try something a little different here. Okay. This is 50 foot. Now what do they got to do here? Not change gaits, not change directions, and one other thing. What's the other responsibility? Watch where they're going.
Yeah, that's a good one. Amazing. Really. Totally amazing.
Now what are they doing?
One horse.
Watching where they're going.
Pretty good.
Watch this one here. She goes to the other and she goes, prey animal coming through. Now I've killed 3 horses doing this, but it's worth it. If they live through this. Yeah, I want Pablo to canter here, so.
We're getting up at the 8, 9 level.
No, this is level about 5.
Really.
What do you guys think? Did you imagine you could have this much fun? See, everybody, I've seen thousands and thousands of people get in a round corral and just chase their horse around. That's it. It's about all there is. The other day I was in Switzerland, spent the day with Freddie Knie, probably one of the greatest circus masters. And he had a corral this size. Guess what he did? Was 36 horses in there. 8, I mean, it was like 8 going on the right, 8 going to the left. All stallions too, by the way. Had the white ones on the outside, the black ones on the inside. Okay, so that's 16. Then he had like 6, what was it, 6 something or others going this other way. Anyway, all this different thing. And in the middle he had zebras. Had like 4 or 6 little zebras going. It was like the white horses, the black horses, and the zebras or something like that. I mean, he had, and then he had a little miniature horse. And, oh God, I felt pretty dumb.
At level 8?
No, that's starting to get up there at Liberty. There we go. All right. So you can see we've got the talk to be caught game here. Keep those hindquarters away from me. There. Isn't that nice? There we go. Okay. You guys back up here a little bit. Back up. Back up. Back up. Isn't that nice? All right. Let's give them a hand. All right, let's try one other thing here. There we go. Alfonso, will you get salty for me? Come on. Now, if I had a little more time, I'd start playing this game with the gate open. You can play the same game later on with the gate open. Okay, and Salty can jump over this log on the way here, just for fun. There we go. Have a nice trip. Don't forget to flog them. Flog them horses with kindness. Now I'll give you a little thing here. Here's something that might help you. On a lot of things, when I'm, like let's say I'm playing the 7 games, okay? My horse. I can start playing these 7 games with the lead rope, okay? And a 22. Okay. If I want to step here, 8. Cause him to canter around there. A lot of different things I can do. Teach my horse. Come to me. On out. Go step back there. A lot of different things you can do. Like once you learn how to do your basic level 1 skills, all right? After a while, then you can start sticking your stick out there. See how I might teach a horse to do some of those things you saw Sparky do? Okay? Might come over here to this hindquarters, play that game. Might stick this stick here and play this game. Might come along here and say, come on now, Salty, come on. Come on up here. Come on up here. Come on up here. Come on. Come on up here. There's a lot of things you can do with a horse on a line. Most people do very little. They just drag them around like pretend like they're a husband going Christmas shopping or something. All right. All right, so first thing, well, let's let him check things out. Says, yep, there's the food. All right, Salty, there's the hindquarters. Talk to the cock. Come here, buddy. All right, good place to start, right in 0, right? Watch this. Okay, you ready? Now, Salty, I have to do a little different here. He's blind. He's got 90% blind in one eye. So I have to kind of give him some considerations. There's some things he doesn't do quite so good because of that. Got some cataracts. Like I said, at first I just let him kind of do, if he wants to go canter around, or I just want to see what side of the corral he's on, see where he's at. Oh, yeah. He's like me. He's a professional lazy man. He can do just as little as he can do. Now, what he's doing there is almost an oxymoron. 4-beat canter, some people call it. But what that is, he's galloping. He's not cantering. He's galloping. He's galloping. That's a luggy gallop. It's not a 4-beat canter. That's what normal people call it, but it is a slow, over-slow gallop. Okay, so get up there. Now, let's see if we can just remind him who's in charge here. Now here I'm going to come out of his corral and say, hey, Salty, remember, I can go out there. There we go. Get the life up. Get his mind off the girls there a little bit. I see it might come on this side of the corral here a little bit. He's kind of really like to head over there. So I can do two things. I can chase him over there, or watch this. If I cause him to be even more comfortable on this side, uncomfortable on this side. See? See, he'll want to go over there more if I cause him to be more uncomfortable on this side. Do all his work over here. He's trying to show off some of his tricks here a little early. He's going over there a little more. I put more pressure on this side. Causes him to go faster, which causes him to go straighter, which causes him to get over there farther. And makes that more positive. I'm in this neutral position. I'm at this 0. I stepped away from me, but that's his bad eye. A lot of times I have to give him a little consideration there. Step away. Now there, he came over here to me, a bit strong, so I chase him off. This is hard for him because at this time of year, he's got a couple of mares there that he's courting, and he's got to get his mind off of that. Yeah, that's okay. Now there, he really tried to do what I want. He just got confused between his numbers, so I'm going to start off real simple. These horses are real particular, see? See how I'm trying to find exactly where the center of this corral is? They're real particular here. Come here, Salty. This eye gives him a lot of trouble on this side, and so he... Okay. On over there. Just give him a little time. He's not being disrespectful there. He's just got a problem. That eye. I think it's maybe the... Heck, I can't even remember what eye it is now. It's bad. One of those eyes you can't hardly see out of. Maybe it's the one he's got shut. I'm going to let him catch his breath. Walk. 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 I like it. When these horses want to come around you close, they're telling you, hey, I want to stay close to you, that your lunging, your liberty techniques are working because I want to stay near you, see? Most people have chased the horses away, away, away. It's causing the horse to chase away. One of the best demonstrations I think I ever gave one time was with Salty in a parking lot. A bunch of people didn't know they were going to get a demonstration. The demonstration was I lunged him with a rope around his flank, nothing else on him out in a parking lot. See how communicative he is? He looks over there like, Pat, is it time? Walk. Get up. I just want him to walk. I don't want him to stop or trot. Point the stick at the hindquarters. Play a little hindquarter game here with him. Move your hindquarters out of the way. Attaboy. See if we can spin old Salty here. Spin him around. Now, long way, buddy. There we go. In his heyday, I used to be able to get him to spin 3 times each way. The eyesight's kind of got him to where it doesn't. Come here. He gets kind of confused with his games there. He wants to back when. Come on. You can go the other way, spin the other way. I'm going to shut him down here for making that wrong turn there away from me. There. Give me a hand. That's pretty good. There's another game you can play. You can stick the stick out here and say, turn it halfway. Okay. So let's see if we can go half or a full way around the arena and just stick the stick out and send him the other way. There we go. Okay, that's pretty good. Now we'll do half of the arena. He's really trying. There we go. Quarter. I'd really like him to come to me. Now, come here, bud. Isn't that pretty nice? Now, let's give him a hand. Poor old guy, listen. That's a lot of hard work for an old guy like him. There we go. Play these yielding games. A lot of things you can. Come on up there. We've got to be able to do is learn to teach a horse that he's not in trouble just because we use the extension of our arm. And that's a hard thing for humans to interject in there because most people got it in their mind that this is a whip, see? That's all it's for. It's negative. If you ever watch a really good Australian stockman, they'll just a lot of times just walk along and kind of flick their whip and just, they're not really hitting the cattle and stuff. They're just making sure the cattle know they're connected. Attaboy. Attaboy. Play some games here. Chase that hindquarters, move the front end. come on around. Okay, back up now. Back up. Back up. Back. Back. Whoa. Whoa, back up. Back up. Back. Try to see how much pressure I can put on him without turning. There. Come here, man. Ooh. Pretty good at putting those knots in there.
How old is he, Pat?
I think he's about 16. Come here, bud. Come here. There's a lot of things you can do. Horses at liberty. Yeah, let's give him a hand for that. That's not bad, huh? All right. Old Salty knows that Pat's getting old here, and that one of these days is going to get tougher and tougher for him to get on. So old Salty's going to just help old Pat. Oh, there we go, huh?